All right, so this one is 518 Candy. It's starting to drizzle again. We do have a cul-de-sac lot here. So the house is one of the back homes in the cul-de-sac. There's not a ton of, places where people can park. We do also have our drainage easement right here. But the house has, or the lot size is kind of a pie shaped, like it goes out a little bit. So that's nice in terms of having a larger space yard. Up here in the front, we've got a little bit, zoom in right there, of cracking in the mortar right here. And then again over here. It's not huge, and it actually feels pretty sturdy and solid inside. So it might just be your normal settlement, typical settlement in a home. I will also say that right before I started the camera, there were 2, possibly 3 cars like racing up and down the street and yelling at each other. I don't know, a bit of road rage. Don't know if they live here. Couldn't tell you, but just as a heads up. So it opens up directly into your living and your formal dining. And then we have over here kind of another informal living dining situation. So this is, I think these are 12 by 12 tiles. So, no, these are 18. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I don't know, what is that, like 16 feet? Pretty big space for a living room. This is very similar layout to a house that I sold for some clients about a year ago. And they had their entertainment set up on this wall. All of this was living space. And then kind of from that outlet to the door, they had built a little hall tree, just like right there. The only difference in this house compared to that one is that one was a dual primary. This would be your dining space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe like 10 this way. Pretty big. You can get a really nice sized table in there, or you can just have all of this be living space, and you can have all of this be dining space. Pretty large area. This is your half bath. Sorry, the light's not on in here. So we've got half bath kind of under the stairs. Very much builder grade. They updated the light in the mirror. And they had something that was screwed into the wall here that they removed. A couple of patches throughout the home. Not anything major. And there is some grout issues. So like that here, there's like chunks missing. I noticed that in a couple of places over here. And then I think in the living room there's some as well. And it looks like in a few areas they went in and filled it at some point. That could be just like a poor installation job. This is our kitchen. I like that they did just two of the cabinets with the clear doors. I don't love everybody being able to see my mess, but this is very on trend right now. And so just like a few of them being like that, I think that's probably the most that I could handle personally. You're probably a lot more organized than me, judging a book by its cover. This is our pantry. Not very deep, but a good width. It's not just like the size of the door frame. Refrigerators here. Kind of close to the edge, so we like that. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 outlets. That's quite a few. We have huge cabinets. Really good amount of space and storage in here. I'm gonna check and see if the microwave's vented. Oh, childproof or Courtney proof. We have a disposal under here. This is gonna be like the offset size, so larger, smaller, but this is honestly probably a standard size. And then very deep, like probably deeper than the 9 inches. And it's not vented out. I'm just plugged in. I can't get that door open. We'll go out on the patio. So we have the wider lot, you know, it kind of goes out at an angle over there and out at an angle over here. Over here is our storage shed. Try not to slip in the sludge. All the yards are so sloshy right now. Pretty decent in terms of size and condition. The door's less than stellar condition, but I think that could be fixed with like a hinge adjustment. They had some sort of a garden that they were working on here. Nothing in it now. Okay, and then basically all these lines that you can see, that's where your siding gapped a little. And they went back in and tried to seal it. When I get closer, you can see it broke again. Not 100% indication of settling, but it is pretty typical. The sides look pretty straight, not like wavy though. And then, so this part's covered like original to the build. And then this extension that they built with wood is not covered. Maybe at one point was covered and they sawed it off. I don't know. And then this would be a conducive term for the wood destroying insects. Probably have to be fixed, or sometimes they'll just opt to take this whole thing down. Just depends on you and your preference. You can see a couple more areas where the wood is kind of rotting. Not big concerns, but you know, trim that's wood that's rotting is a big deal for the VA. The yard is huge. The tree is nice. All right, I'm gonna go back inside. It's kind of coming down a little bit harder now. All right, let me take you guys upstairs. Take this purse off. They might even leave that table for you. Basically, everything is gone except for this. So if you like it, they might even leave it for you. So go upstairs. We do have a loft up here, which is almost as big, if not just as big, as the downstairs living room, that front one when you first walk in. So this is a really good size. And then we have our primary, secondary rooms, bathroom, laundry, and linen storage over here. So this room, it's a gloomy day, so it's hard to really know if there's a ton of natural light in here on a regular day, but with no light outside, sorry, it looked like the trash truck was coming into the driveway. The room's kind of dark. And then you can see where they had stuff hanging on the walls and they took it down, but it's a huge room, like massive room. So that's really nice. You could get a king size bed, probably a king size bed and your nightstands in between these two windows because it's so wide. And then your nightstands would not block the windows. You could have a big old dresser here, big old dresser here with the TV, something else over there. Like you can get a lot of stuff in this room. Let's see. This kind of looks gunky and not like just the vent, like the actual sheetrock. Just something to look at. Weird how they took like everything off the walls and then like left this one random thing. Primary, dual vanity. We've got toilet kind of behind this half wall. More storage. A jacuzzi garden tub, if you're into that. Bigger than, what was that first one we saw? Cielo. Oh, look. I don't know if you can see how big this dog is. They have a huge St. Bernard. Maybe your Great Pyrenees would make friends. Shower. What do we think this is? 3x4. It's not as wide as it is deep. So I'm thinking 3x4. They've got some little hooks, like the stick-on hooks there and here. And then just like the one product shelf. The caulk I would redo. The shower head is a good height, I think. And then this is our closet. Light switches right here. And it has slider doors, but it is fully walk-in. And this is quite a bit more space than Cielo. It's also pulled away from the wall. I don't know what's going on here, but you can see like where the sheetrock starts to pull out from there out. Let's see if I can get you. Oh, it doesn't even look like it on camera, but basically from here to here, it's coming out. And then the same from the bottom to up, it's angled out like that and like that. Really terrible description, I'm sorry, but I would probably, like these are only rated for so much weight, so I would probably just take those out and put your wooden shelves. And then this got repainted at some point, it looks like. Yeah, it's not wet. I don't know what happened there. There's a little crack from here all the way up. We got a crack right there too. These are like, this one and the one in the closet are more normal settlement. But that closet thing, I think, is due to the weight of whatever clothes were on that. Linen storage right here, which is really nice, good size. Laundry room here. And they put a rack on the side and above. They took their drain pan, I guess, with them. I don't know. But you would definitely want to put a drain pan up here for the washer. This is a really big laundry room, though. So if you imagine your units are probably only going to come to like there. So tons of space. Tons of space over here. Now, your AC is in the attic, so I won't be able to get up there. I mean, I could physically get up there. I'm just not going to. To see the age, my guess is probably original. We do like a medicine cabinet. This is upgraded. This is possibly upgraded. And then builder grade. This is like a laminate. This is the same in the laundry room and the primary bathroom. It's just like a sheet vinyl laminate, whatever. So if you decided you wanted to change that, it's real easy to tear up. And then this is tile, and this is a real tub. And you can see where the enamel rubbed off right there in the corner there. And then you'll probably want to redo some caulk there. This is from this window. Shower head's a good height. It's a little narrow, I think. I don't know. Like I said, it's been so long since I've had a tub. They all just look small to me. Spare bedroom number 1. This little extra bump out makes the room feel so much larger. And then the slider doors, you can get a bed closer to that wall if you wanted. So you could get a king size bed here with your nightstands, even in from that, but it'd probably go like wall to wall. Maybe not all the way, but you would still be able to access your closet because the doors slide back and forth. Yeah, they slide really well. No, yeah, they slide really well. They're off I think what happened is this feels like new carpet. So the little guide on the bottom is gone. But if you screw that back in, then they won't flop around as much. And then on this wall, you could definitely get a king size bed over here too, with your nightstands. Looks like there was a paint job done here, which I don't know if it was just like maybe the kids had painted their rooms like weird colors and they repainted it not perfectly, or there was some sort of leak in the roof. And then this one is still like a soft powdery blue. Almost the exact same size, I think, as this one. Might be ever so slightly smaller. Yeah, I think this one's just a tiny bit smaller. Same size closet. Yeah, these they slide really well. They just need that little piece at the bottom to keep them from flopping back and forth. But the carpets are brand new. I know you don't love carpets. You know what's weird is the baseboards. It's almost as if they're just barely resting. I mean, they're there, but there's like kind of a gap back there. They almost look like door trim. And then their angles are all like wonky. All of them. I don't know if that's just in this room. But there ain't like all the door trim. I mean, all of the baseboards in this room are larger. Yeah, it's just this room. Everything else has the original size. So I don't know why they did that. Oh, and then this one, I noticed when I was turning on lights, this piece is just sitting here. Somehow that didn't make it back nailed on. But I think that's everything for this one. We got 2 more.